So hi guys, this is the second part of yesterday's video where we will dealing with some important numericals that will help you to ace your NEET exam. So now in this question we can see that we have a colorblind man and he is marrying a normal woman whose father was colorblind. What is the probability of their sons being colorblind? Now we know that color blindness, it is a X-linked recessive disorder. Right. Now, let us try to understand this question. Now, a colorblind man. So the man, he is colorblind. So the genotype, it will be this. And he is marrying a normal woman. But now about this woman, it has been given here that she is a daughter of a father who was colorblind. Now, her father was colorblind, right? Now, now for the woman, the genotype, it will be XX. We know that women, they are XX and men, they are XY. So one X we will be getting from the father and one we will be getting from her mother, right? So mother will be contributing one X chromosome and father will be giving one X chromosome. So the father, he was colorblind. So definitely the colorblind gene, it has been passed on to the daughter also. So this is how the NEET questions trick you. Like if I just read this question, then I will take the genotype to be simply XX because it is written here a normal woman. But here is the trick that is happening, that after that it is written that the father is colorblind. Now, if the father is colorblind, it means that the woman, the genotype of woman, generally we know that it is XX. So one X it is receiving from mother, and the other X chromosome will be received from the father. So that is how we know that though she is normal, but she is a carrier of this disease. So now we can see here that this colorblind man is marrying this colorblind carrier woman. So now what will be the probability of their sons being colorblind? So let us find that. We can make a Punnett square to understand it in a better manner. So here we can see that they have two sons which have the genotype as this. Now, for sure, the 50% of the sons, they will be colorblind here. Right, 1 out of 2 sun, it is colorblind, and when we take the percentage, it comes as 50%. So here we have written down the genotype of carrier women, and here it is the colorblind men. And when we make the Punnett cross, it is coming like this. So this is how this question needs to be approached. Now let's move to the next question. In an experiment, net photosynthesis is 40 millimole per hour and respiration is 10 millimole carbon dioxide per hour. Calculate the gross photosynthesis and compensation point concept. Now, for gross photosynthesis, the formula it is given here as Pn plus R. Here Pn it means net photosynthesis, and here R is the respiration that is happening. So gross photosynthesis, it is the energy that is left after it is the energy after the photosynthesis and the respiration, right? So now we just need to add here net photosynthesis is 40 and respiration it is 10. So the correct answer it is 50 millimole per hour. So, and the compensation point concept, what does it mean? It means that the light intensity rate of photosynthesis, it equals the respiration here. So the net carbon dioxide exchange, it will be zero at compensation point. Please remember this. So now let's move ahead. So the next question, it states that a polypeptide chain has 200 amino acids. Now we need to calculate the minimum number of nucleotides in the mRNA. So for one amino acid, we know that three nucleotides are coding for one amino acid. For example, we can take AUG. So AUG is a set of three nucleotides here. It codes for one amino acid, that is methionine, right? Methionine. So what is happening is that there are 200 amino acids. So for 200 amino acids, we can multiply it by 3, we get 600 plus. This is a polypeptide chain, and there will be a stop codon also, right? In this one. So one stop codon we can add as 3 nucleotides, and this is 600 nucleotides. So it becomes one stop codon. So this becomes 603 nucleotides, nu codons, nucleotides, right? And now in the second, this is the answer of the first part. The second part, it is asking the number of codons including the stop codon. So here we know that we had 200 amino acids, right? Plus there is one stop codon. So there are two. So the number of codons, it will be 201, right? We have 200 amino acids, for which how we are getting this is that we have 603 nucleotides in total. So we can divide it by 3 because one codon, it is made up of 3 amino acids. Now when I divide this, it becomes 201 codons, right? Because one codon, it is made up of 3 amino acids. So here we are dividing it by 3. So we get 201 codons. It is as simple as that. Now, this question is from the biomass pyramid. We can here see that in a food chain, the producer level has biomass 10,000 kg. Energy transfer is 10% at each level. Find the biomass at tertiary consumer level. So we can see here from producer, let's make the food chain to understand this question. The primary consumer, this is the producer, this is the primary consumer, this is the secondary consumer, and then finally, we reach the tertiary consumer. Now, the producer, it has how much of energy? 10,000 kg, right? Now, according to the question, the energy transfer, it is only 10%. So we need to calculate like this. So primary consumer, they are getting only 1000 kg. Now, what will happen in the case of secondary consumer? We can just remove 100 kg, and here we get 10 kg. So this question was very simple. We just need to multiply it with 10%, that is 10 by 100. So also if it is given as a whole number as such as 10,000, we just for each subsequent energy level, we need to remove a zero. That's how you can move quickly. So this is the producer. This will be the primary consumer. This will be the secondary, and this will be the tertiary consumer. So these are some exam strategy which you can use for the NEET numericals. Here it is listed as 6 important points which you can go through. And these are some formulas from physics, chemistry, and biology which you need to remember by heart. So thank you for watching this video. Keep subscribe, keep subscribing and liking all the coming videos which will help you ace your biology exams. Thank you.